Hey, Auntie. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, y'all. Good evening. Welcome to Keena's Corner. I'm your girl, Keena, and I thank you sincerely for being here in my corner. Thank y'all for coming back for another episode. This is season 2, episode 7. That's what I'm talking about. Season 2, episode 7. So, again, thank you for coming. I'm Keena. Here on Keena's Corner, I speak facts, opinions, truths, vulnerabilities, and need to knows. I always try to tell you what you need to hear, never what you want. If you're here, give me a comment. Of course, if you say anything during the live, then I'll catch you at the end. I'd appreciate it. A like, share, subscribe as well. I'd appreciate that too. So tonight, if you read this topic, I was actually asked to speak on this topic as well, and it's about women who work in predominantly male careers. So careers or fields that are dominated by men. Where you see a lot of men working, right? And of course, I know this is a topic that everybody might not want to pay attention to, which I understand. But I'm gonna pay attention to what is asked of me, especially if I have experience in it. Especially to the people who are supporting me. So this was requested by a fan, and I'm gonna deliver right to the best of my ability. This one actually won't be long because I just got a few things to say about it since I have done it. But again, if you are listening, I do take suggestions, y'all. If you have my phone number, if you have me on socials, if you come in on here, there's something that I can see. If you want me to speak on anything that I know anything about, I'll do it. And if I need to research a little bit, I'll do it too. I don't get on here and just talk. I literally have a notes that I work on throughout the week before Thursday. So I don't get on here and just ramble so I can kind of stay on topic. So if there's anything you want me to speak on, just let me know. Reach out. All right, so again, tonight, this is season 2, episode 7, and it's titled Women Who Work in Predominantly Male Careers. And again, so what I'm gonna do is, I tell you little bit about the careers that I've had and how I can relate and how I kind of made it easier on myself working these fields where, a lot of people don't look like me. They're dominated by men. I'll just tell you a little bit about me. So you're gonna have to look past. Just say what to look past, what to look forward to, how to get, past it, because it comes with, of course, it could be a little struggle, but we can do anything. We can all do anything, especially hardworking women. So about me and the careers that I've worked, every career that I've chosen so far, with the exception of the one that I'm working right now, and the one that I had in high school. Every career that I've had has been a career that was dominated by men. Like I worked in like predominantly male careers. Everyone I've had, except the one I have now, and then the one when I started in high school. So I've been a volunteer firefighter. Um, I've been an EMT, and then I've been a police officer. Of course, all of those they're all first responders, and I've done every aspect of first responding as well. Because now I work at a 911 center. But um, those jobs were pretty much like service jobs, public service, or public safety, rather. But I serve the community. It's about service for me, service before self. So when I had these jobs, like when I started doing volunteer firefighting, I did that pretty much to get me ready for EMT. EMT are the people that are on the ambulance, okay? There's a difference too between a driver and then EMTs and paramedics. I actually was an EMT. I got to put my hands on people and help save lives. And honestly, my first 2 shifts, or my first shift on the ambulance, and then years later when I worked as a police officer, my first shift were one of the toughest I had, honestly. My first shift on the ambulance, I actually had a chance to, I did CPR on the guy, and he actually lived. It was my first time doing it. And then my first shift as a police officer, of course, I was riding with somebody, but that first day we got into a huge tussle, like trying to get the guy in handcuffs. But one thing they could say about me was after my one day, they were like, well, at least we know Matthews ain't scary. And she got our back, right? That's how you got to go into these jobs. Confident, right? Confident. Everyone, of course, every job that I've had, pretty much, I was nervous about, of course, and I really think you should be, because it's something new. Like if you're not nervous walking into something new, or a new job, honestly, you may not care enough. And in the careers that I've had, I have to care, right? I have to have that compassion because the jobs or careers that I've worked, they are simply not meant for everybody. Literally, they are not. And like I said, I was very nervous, y'all, but I came in with the attitude, and women, you've got to have this when you are in these careers where you're working with, predominantly men, where it's dominated by men. You've got to come in with the attitude that I know I'm going to succeed. I know I'm going to earn my respect. I'm going to respect others in the process, and I'm going to treat people how I want to be treated. It's cliche, but you need to come in with that mindset when you're working in these careers that, mostly men. There's going to be few people who look like you. That is the attitude you got to come in with. And to this day, that right there has taken me a long way. I knew with these careers, I knew that I wanted to come in and prove myself, right? I wanted to come in and prove myself, like in the career. I wanted to show that I was capable, just as much capable as anyone else, despite my gender, or that I'm a woman. You got to have this same attitude, y'all, when it comes to these careers. Um, Pretty much, I asserted myself. When I was asked to speak on this, the first thing that I truly thought of was I asserted myself. And I don't mean that you have to be a dick or an asshole to anybody. I'm not saying that. Asserting yourself literally, like if you are a person who asserts themselves, that's usually like you respect people's opinions, right? Right? You respect their opinions. You don't just think they talking shit, or you just don't respect what they're saying. No, you do actually listen to them and respect what they're saying. And speaking of listening, if you're a assertive person, you are a good listener. I consider myself as a good listener. Also, a person who is confident, right? I think I'm pretty confident. So assert yourself in these careers. Show them that you're there. You don't have to be an asshole to anybody. You don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be cocky either. Just assert yourself, right? Like I said, even when I was scared, y'all shitless, when I was nervous, I stepped out of any career I had. I stepped out of the fire truck. I stepped out of the ambulance. I stepped out of my police car. Like I knew I could do it. Like I knew I was gonna prove myself. Like I'm gonna show you that I can be here. I deserve to be here, right? That's what I did. If you didn't know me, you never would have known it was any like my first day on any job I've had. You never would have known I was that rookie or that newbie had I not told you. That's the confidence that you got to have working these jobs, y'all, with mostly men, right? Where you're dominated. So things that I found that make it easier for you, ladies, you got to be quick on your feet. Be quick on your feet, and I don't mean like in a literal sense, like you running around like you playing sports or something. No, I literally mean like being able to act fast, and make decisions quickly, right, in a timely manner. And this means you making these decisions without anybody's opinion, anybody's help. You waiting on somebody to come in and you know help you with your answer. No, you should be able to make these decisions on your own in a timely manner. That's what I mean by be quick on your feet. You'll be trusted more, right? You don't need anybody else's opinion to make a decision. You don't. When you can make it on your own and in a timely manner and be quick on your feet, it's going to show confidence, right? That you trust yourself. And that does matter. It does matter. And I've had this bad over the years. It's something that I actually worked on since I first started the last job I had. A lot of times I absolutely know what I know. Like I'm certain that I'm correct, right? But I still found myself always being like, I think, I'm not sure, but I think when I still know what I do, don't say things like that. Be confident. Say something like, here's what I think. Here's my idea, right? Things like this. Um, Remember that sometimes as a woman who's working in fields that are dominated by men, you will be criticized. And when I say criticized, I mean criticized for everything. Again, if you are working in the field, ladies, that's dominated by men, a lot of the times you're going to be criticized for every single thing. Prepare yourself for that. That's just honest, right? That is honest. If you are seen simply as somebody who wants to succeed or somebody who is tough, right? Masculine, you're going to be criticized for it. The men can be seen as tough and masculine, but you are not supposed to be seen that way, right? So if you are seen as masculine tough, working in factories and things like that, you're gonna be seen or criticized for it. It's a double standard. All you gotta do is really think about now. Like I know a bunch of women, like personally, that work like are working now currently factory jobs, like oil rigs, engineering, where men, usually a lot of men used to hold these positions down there. Now a lot of women are doing them. But again, men are going to be praised for having these tough jobs, what they deem as tough, but women won't. Right? Society does not want to see you, with a tough job as masculine, getting your hands dirty. Right? No, they don't. So to some people, even when you work these jobs where you're seeing, masculine, a tough, factory job, oil rig, even mechanic, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, you're going to be seen as unattractive to some people. But I still, stuff like that should not matter to you. If that's your dream, I want you to go chase it and get it because you can do it because you're just as capable as anybody else, even men. So just remember that, society, you aren't supposed to get your hands dirty. We're supposed to be nurturers and all this kind of stuff, right? Men are expected to do it. When you do it, you're gonna be judged and criticized for it and seen as unattractive. But when men do it, they're gonna be praised for it. You're just not gonna get that same grace. It's a double standard again. Not fair, but it's true. Okay, so you're gonna have to be able to work through some male egos. Not all men, but you're gonna be have I can't talk. You're going to be able to have to work through like egos, male egos. Not every man there is going to, you know, be like throwing shade or whatever, giving you a hard time simply because you're there, right? But there are some who's gonna have an ego, literally. And understand that some of these men with these egos at jobs like this, where it's mostly men, they won't respect you or your opinion. They won't respect everything that you've accomplished either. I think that's fairly sad as well. That's another hard truth. Everything that you've accomplished, sometimes they will not respect it, right? Your opinion, you sometimes it's gonna be looked over as well. It's like you're not even talking, or what you're saying does not matter. But still, honestly, that's motivation for you. That's motivation for you. Again, like I said last episode, if you intimidating people, you cannot help the way you are. I'm not telling you to be arrogant. I'm not telling you to be cocky because there's a difference now. But if you are intimidating people, do not dim your light in fear of intimidating somebody. If I intimidate you, it must be something inside myself that you see that you may not have, you may not possess, but that's not my fault, right? If I know I'm a decent person and I'm doing right by people, I can't help how I am. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not gonna, I guess, they don't want you at this job, not appear tough, show my toughness at this career, in this job, because you feel that I'm tough or I intimidate you. Do not, ladies, don't do that, right? Also, ladies, another hard truth. Please know that, sometimes even with the same experience, the same accomplishments, the same, classes you've taken, courses you've taken, training you've taken, you will be paid less than men at that, in your career. That's a hard truth. Like, and some people really do feel that, especially when it comes to positions of authority, like, leadership positions and management positions, some people do really feel like a man could perform better, than a woman. I think it's a dumb opinion. I just feel like if, whoever is qualified for it, whoever is the better candidate, right, deserves that position and that pay. But I'm just telling you how it is sometimes working in these male dominated careers, okay? And then also, ladies, if you have a position like this working in these careers, you have to know that a lot of times women they work long hours or longer hours, I'll say that, simply because they're trying to get ahead with work. They're trying to get ahead. And of course, when you start working longer hours, then what are you doing? You're missing family functions and you're missing time with your family, right? Time that you can't get back. But then you start sacrificing your time at your career simply trying to get ahead, simply trying to be seen and heard and validated. And sometimes it's so hard. Like I said, you got egos, you got men who don't respect you, right? You got some people there who really don't even feel you need to be there because they feel like you need to be at home with the children. I think that's old fashioned and traditional, but a lot of people still live in that fantasy. There is a double standard out there that y'all, we are supposed to be nurturers. We're not supposed to get our hands dirty per se, right? But just like, a lot of men are, uh, crossing over into nursing and nurturing roles and stuff like that, right? So you can do these same things that they're doing. Don't let them, nobody tell you any different. So if you are a woman who's working in a male dominated industry, find a mentor. Like even, at the workplace. And it can be a man, but find you'll be able to tell who's in your corner. I'll say that. It can be a man that you work with or somebody that you work with. You're gonna be able to tell that if they're in your corner. This type of person will listen to you. They're gonna speak up for you. They will praise your work in your presence and when you're not there, right? Pretty much this person will like advocate for you, right? And like say for instance you have a meeting, y'all are in a meeting, right? This is the type of person like, you've been working hard on a certain project, a certain thing, and when they throw your name in the mix, well, what Kima, she been doing this and she's done really well on this. I think you should, try this or look at this and stuff like that. If if they can publicly praise you, like I don't need you saying all these things to me in private. I need for you to speak for me in public, right? Because I feel like if I'm sitting there and you can't, you told me in private, but you can't say it in front of everybody else, I know when I'm not there, I know you're not doing it. So find somebody who advocates for you, pretty much a person that listens to you and that praises your work in public and in private, right? Because it does matter. Y'all, we talk about this pretty much a lot of episodes. Of course, I go hard for women, literally because I'm just aware of all the challenges that we face, and life. Period. I'm just aware of everything that we go through, including this issue. That's why I spoke on it. Like I said, I can relate. I've been through it with a lot of careers that I've had. But this ain't nothing but another little obstacle that we get over, that you triumph over. As long as you have the right mindset to keep going and not let none of these egos and people just wanted to be back old fashioned days. Like times are moving and we're evolving. We ain't got time for that. For what you think I should be doing or should not be doing, right? And also, ladies, you have got to find some good like women friends or girlfriends who don't feel a need to compete with you. Now that's a word. If you have a friend who secretly competes with you, that is an enemy. Point blank, period. Find good girlfriends, good women friends who do not secretly compete with you. That's gonna be the one that's stabbing you in your back the whole time. Instead, you have to find friends who don't mind helping you. Find friends who don't mind supporting you. Find friends who don't mind encouraging you, right? Find friends who don't mind empowering you. Empowered women empower women. I hope you caught it. That was good. Again, a lot of us ladies, you're just not expected by a lot of people to hold positions of authority, right? Positions of power, right? Where you're actually over somebody. You're not expected to do it. So I encourage you to break them all. Prove them wrong. Prove people wrong. Because again, you are just as capable as anyone else. I don't care if it's a man or woman. You're capable as anyone else. So we have to work especially hard to show that we are worthy of being respected, especially when it comes to these careers that are dominated by men. So all you got to do is really think about like if there's ever a time that you were at work and maybe like you were more than qualified, right? Or you were the highest trained person in the room, and maybe you talked to a man, but he didn't want to talk to you. He wanted to talk to another man because it's like what you said did not matter. He didn't want to hear your opinion. He didn't respect your answer. He still wanted to talk to somebody else. Even when you told him, sir, I'm the highest trained here. Sir, I've been here 10 years. Sir, I know what I'm doing, sir. Well, sir, I am the manager on shift. Or, sir, I am the person in charge. Even still, that did not satisfy him. He still wanted to talk to a man. All you got to do is think about stuff like that. It's like he don't trust you in your decision making, right? It's like you're not capable of making that decision, but you are. Don't let these folks little girl you or none of that shit. It's just honest, right? Don't let nobody little girl you, right? So a lot of us, honestly, we are not assertive or confident enough. Again, assertive. That don't mean you have to be a dick or an asshole. You don't have to be over cocky, right? Or arrogant. Again, there is a big difference. You don't have to be any of those things, but literally be a good listener, somebody that's quick on their feet, somebody that respects others and their opinions and validates their opinions as well, right? And be confident. You've got to be confident in these positions. This is something that I'm still working on, gaining my confidence, right? Ladies, we've got to work on that. Again, we are assertive enough or confident enough. And you think about this too. A lot of times we do work that's not our job, right? Or it's like below standard or below our status simply to help out or to get the job done. Let this sink. We often do work that's not our job, that's below our standard or status simply to get the job done. And that's a mistake because more often than not, men gonna take charge and they're just gonna go ahead and do it. But that's where I encourage you women, us to do the same, right? So we can be trusted in these positions because we are just as much deserving as anyone else. That's point blank, period. That's my spiel. That's my spiel. That's my spiel. I'm done, y'all. I did good. 22 minutes. Maybe about 20. Hey, y'all. Who's in here? Tell me hey or something. Y'all say hey while I'm here. That's a little net. I don't even know if I got it. Hey, guys. Y'all here? Anybody still in here? Mm. Y'all gone? Hey, y'all. Oh, I don't know if anybody in here. Hey, Mama. Anybody else in here? Hey, T-Val. See if I can get out of here. Hey, Auntie. Rana, you still in here, Doc? Rana. Well, look. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, y'all, for tuning in to season 2, episode 7 of Keena's Corner. It's tonight makes 17 episodes in total. 17 in total. I'm proud about that, y'all. I hope you enjoyed tonight as much as I enjoy delivering the messages. Um, Ladies, if you are in a career field that is dominated by men, know that you are capable of holding titles of authority, just period. You are capable of leading and probably more than a lot of people you know, including men, right? Stand your ground, stand up for yourself, stand on business, know your worth, be confident, and be assertive. Ultimately, demand your respect because you're worth it. I'm done. Thank y'all for stopping by for another episode of Keena's Corner. I'm your girl Keena, and I appreciate you sincerely for being here in my corner. I'm out. Signing out. I love y'all. See you later.